All right, welcome to the Loven Stamp Studio for an evening session. This is our virtual premiere of all of the fun things included in here and in here. And so as people are gathering and we're getting started, I just want to take a second to say hi. When we get going here, what we're going to do is we're going to go through the mini first. And I'm going to show you all the cards. I have about 50 card samples. I'm pretty sure it's actually 50 card samples. I have 50 card samples pulled to show you for all of these fun things. And then I'm going to demo a card, and the card is going to be kickoff of one of the suites that I'm highlighting this month. I think you guys are really going to like it. And then we're going to go switch over into the online exclusives, which are also super fabulous. And so one of the things people have been finding is that it's really easy to find this stuff because we feel like it's in a book and so forth. It's a little trickier to find these. So in the video description here, I've included some links that will help you find what you are looking for so that you have access to all of the things, because I will say this is one of my favorite sets of new supplies in a long time. So, all right. Oh, Tanya. Hey, Tanya. Make sure you say hi when you're here so we know everybody's watching. I know evening's not our normal time. And since we had Maker Mornings with Meg this morning, my fingers are crossed. Think good, healthy throat thoughts that we're going to get through this tonight. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and switch my camera over, and we're going to get started. So I'll fill in some blanks as we go along. And of course, I'm wearing my, Christmas garb for the occasion. So, all right, let me switch my camera down here. And ta-da, here we have the new book. So I am very excited about this. We have this really pretty paper here on the front. And then, of course, table of contents here in the beginning. Hi, Kathy. Yay for the prairie. And then we have right in the very front a stamp set that I want to pull your attention to. So I have this one on order, so it's coming, but I don't have it yet. And this Love and Courage stamp set is really special because it is part of the Stampin' Up! Making a Difference campaign. And when you order this set, it's called Love and Courage, then Stampin' Up! Will donate $3 to breast cancer organizations for each purchase of the stamp set. So just a good one to have for lots of things. So it's a beautiful, beautiful set, and there are all kinds of things you can do. Obviously, we have all the colors of ink, so we can support all of the people who are important to us. All right, so more Grandparents' Day. Oh, occasions to give, right? In case you didn't know, National Coffee Day is coming up sometime soon. The catalog talks about new kits. Oh, hi, Betty. Hey, Sue. And then we get into Keeping Traditions, which is the first of the new scrapbooking workshop kits. Oh, I just realized I'm not here. I'm like making all these faces at you guys, and then you're not seeing me. Let me see if I can get that set for you. Okay, let's see. Is that better? Oh, there I am. Okay, here I am. Hi. Okay, so we have our scrapbooking kits right here at the beginning. They match several of the suites. So we have Keeping Traditions, we have Peaceful Days. And a good thing to remember for these is that there are extra elements here. It's the same paper, but there's going to be a matching cardstock and so forth to go along with the designer series papers. These are kits, and they have in them enough materials to make 3 2-page spreads. So those are all set there. Hey, Janice. Oh, yay. I bet it's getting chilly in a camper in Southwest Michigan tonight. And then we have our Joyful Days, Memories, and More card kits. These also make really quick greeting cards if you are interested in using them for that. And then we come to our first mix and match thing. And I want to show you these, and I just realized I have my paper here to show you, but I have to grab the envelopes, and I have to grab the, what's the other part of this that I have to grab? The envelopes, oh, and the gold pieces. Okay, these are absolutely amazing, and this is probably one of the things I was most excited to see in the new book. So let me pull my scissors out here and pull this. Now these are good for all kinds of things, for cards and whatnot, anything you want, scrapbooking stuff or not. There are gold and white, and there are 6 pages in here, and these are heavyweight. They are stickeries. You can see the split paper on the back, so they already have adhesive on them. Little mini greetings, little big greetings, but they're all foiled. in a beautiful, beautiful way, and I am a huge fan. So these go along with lots of stuff, and they're meant to go with this sort of ephemera kit where the pieces can be mixed and matched for just really easy results. So the paper for these is the Christmas Tags and More, and I'm going to show you each one of these out of the Loven Stamps paper share. And sorry, I was reading comments. Yay, hi Lainey. All right, so paper share is right here. This is open right now. There's still some signups available, so if you feel like you might have missed it, don't worry, you can still sign up tonight. You're going to get 53 new papers, so that's different patterns, 7 specialty papers, but the cool thing about this is that you're going to get card bases to go with all of your papers, so it's really easy to use what you get. So even if you're planning on getting the designer series paper yourself, the paper share, Loven Stamps paper share is not a bad way to go because you get cardstock and everything to go along with it. So this particular one happens to be 2 pieces of each of the paper because you're going to get this set of the die cuts to go along with it. So this is the Christmas Tags and More. And then the cards and envelopes to go along with these are gorgeous, and they go, whoops, here. So they come like this. They are printed on both sides. You fold them in half, and then you have this ready to go. So you can layer with these. You can cut them up to be tags, all kinds of things. Okay, Betty said, in your opinion, would the ephemera kit work to make a shadow box sampler? Oh my gosh, yes, absolutely, because all of these things could be part of a shadow box. You could even use these little bits of these papers to make sort of a background sampler kind of effect with like where you have different, you know, pieces and so forth. So these would look great with that. It would be an excellent choice. I really like that idea, actually. You could even incorporate some of this plaid too. It's like having a specialty paper because it's got those gold foils just to go along here with the cards and with the designer series paper. Okay. All right, this is the part where I start to stack things up in the background where I try to figure out where I'm going to put things because there is not enough surface area in my whole studio for all the stuff. That seems like a bad place, but I'm going to stick it back there for now anyway. All right, next we have the Child is Born stamp set, and I have 2 samples for this one. We have a card here by very, very talented and fabulous Marilyn Stites, and she used the new copper, or they're called earthen toned metallic sheets, I think. I'm going to show you these. You'll get that as part of the share too. But she used this in the background here to add some texture and have just a really pretty metallic set off to the main stamp set. And then I have a card here by Janice Waitman, and she also really liked this with a metallic. She used with the a really, really pretty Night of Navy and white and gold choice. So lots of words in this stamp set. So a really pretty set of cards here. All right, next we have seasonal tags. I don't have any samples of some of these. This woodland scenery set would be a fun one for building all kinds of scenes and so forth. The next suite to be featured in here, first suite I guess, is the Traditions of Christmas suite. Make sure you notice that down at the bottom of each of the suites is a guide to the colors that are included in that suite. So this one's Cherry Cobbler, Real Red, Old Olive, Pool Party, Secret Sea, and Gold. And so as you're trying to think like, oh, do I have those in colors? Do I have those cardstock colors? Make sure you refer to that as you go along. So this is a super suite. It has 2 stamp and die bundles, Christmas greenery and traditional labels. And I have a pretty card. This one here was by, I'm not sure who it's by actually. It came in our team swap and then there is not a label with it. So a really pretty card here that features the designer series paper along with the traditional labels dies. So both of these designer series papers are part of the Traditions of Christmas 12 by 12 paper. So a really pretty card. Here is a card. This one is by Jennifer Cotton. And she used the stamps here and did the die cutting and went ahead and stamped the pieces in here. So you don't have to color. You can do stamped images inside this background here to add color to your images. So lots of good options for that. And then of course the die cut there to match. This is also the paper from Traditions Christmas. Hi, Cindy. Oh, Sue says she wishes the name color strips were wider. I could totally see that. This has got to be like 4-point font, but there's so much to include in here. I don't know. It's hard to get it all, right? So this one is a card by Julie Salva. And Julie used the folder in the background. So it's this folder. This folder is actually really large. It's the whole size here, about 6 by 6. So it doesn't quite fit on a card to show a wreath, but it does make an amazing background. That's what Mary Ellen used on this Unto Us stamp card here too, okay? So really pretty, and this paper has some gold foil in it. You wanna see all the papers? All right, so here are all the papers. These are the colors included in this suite. I love the real red and the cherry cobbler together. And then there are one side of the paper is all gold foiled. So this is a specialty paper. And then the back sides of the paper, let me flip it over, are not foiled. They have sort of that B-side effect. They're just a more subtle pattern, and then they go with lots of things. So they make great complements. So I'm a huge fan of this particular suite. So if you are a traditional Christmas, this one's right up your alley, right? Because it's got all of our traditional Christmas colors in it. All right, moving on. So there are lots of great ways to use this catalog. You can find samples and ideas and all kinds of things. You can see here this big wreath used on a scrapbook page. So lots of possibilities for that there. And they talk even about watercoloring. If you saw this water painter here and you're like, wait, do we have those? We do. Stampin' Up's water painters are back. Woot, woot. So you can get excited about that. If you don't have them, you can add them back to your tool set. And here's like a little reminder on those. So there's the idea of making tags out of your gifts. Here's some more cards. And then we come to the North Pole Delivery Suite. And this one is darling. Now, if you are a stamper who receives catalogs from me, you're one of my customers on my catalog mailing list, then you got a kit in the mail using this particular suite. And here is a card made by my friend Betsy Kreider, who actually has dachshunds. She is a huge lover of puppies. She even put the footprints there inside. So super cute card by Betsy with this sort of map around the edge here. So really great layout. And I wanted to show you all of the papers in this suite. So we have beautiful colors again. And we have the papers here, the designer series papers for this. So there's 5. Now, I want to point something out to you. Sometimes the papers that are in this share here might be different from the ones that are included down here, but always the papers that I include are ones that are associated with the colors. So I always include a slip. I don't have them ready for this one, but it shows all the colors that are listed on the back of the DSP package. So you might find, like, for example, I didn't include Poppy Parade and Petal Pink in this one, but know that the colors that you're going to have included are always correct for the suite that are included. So, all right, here's the front side, and then here are the back sides of these pretty papers. So good possibilities there. And then you're also going to get 1/8, because it's 8 people in a share, of all of the little poppy outy elements. So you can pop these out. Sometimes they're envelopes and houses. Sometimes they're dogs. All kinds of fun possibilities for that. So the card that I'm going to make with you guys tonight after our catalog walkthrough here is going to feature this designer series paper. So we're all about the suite this month, and this cute box, which we'll be getting to, don't worry. So more ideas. You can see how the box works. The box cuts like this and makes the shape, and then you're going to put in the your choice of tabs here. And so there's a little divot in there. It pops right up, and it's going to make tons of sense. It's just going to cut all the people out. Betty says puppy outies. Yes, instead of poppy outies. I like it. I'm in. I'm all in for that. Actually, I need to consult my naturalist friends too to determine what kinds of bears these are too. I was thinking that today. So Crocheted Bear is also really cute. All right, next suite is Peaceful Garden. And this one is absolutely beautiful in deep blues and light blues with the dove imagery, and then this Peace on Earth, which includes all of these pretty greetings. And so I have a whole bunch of cards to share with you about this one. This one is by Linda Bowen, and Linda used the designer series paper and then a piece of the ribbon. And then this here is the velvet paper, which I'm going to tell you more. Is it the velvet paper? It is the velvet paper. I'm going to tell you more about that when we do our go through the rest of our paper share here and the specialty papers. But it's super textured and really fun. And this is a beautiful way to use this too. Another card, this one here, is a clever layout by Joyce Fracco. We've done this before on Maker Mornings with Meg, where we take the card and we fold it back. And Joyce used one of the flower embellishments that are included in this. Let me pull, I realized I forgot to grab these. Sorry. Pulling my flower embellishments. So I didn't show you the first one. These are the deer dots. They go with the puppy Audi, the dog, the North Pole delivery. And the first suite had, what is the embellishment with this one? Oh, the sequin dots. So these are the sequin dots that go with the first, that sort of traditions of Christmas. Okay, so just to see. But I wanted to show you these. These are the flowers that are part of this suite, and they are dimensional and gorgeous. And you can see how well they go along with the ribbon and the paper and everything for just a really complete effect here. The next card is by Tammy Ackerson. And again, Tammy used some of these really pretty flower elements. They kind of look like stars, but they really are little flowers. And then the really pretty paper with it. And then this last one here is by Margaret Van Vliet. And Margaret used the two-tone paper here in the background with the folder that is included in this suite. And then did a little bit of like sanding on there to make that white background core show through with a two-tone paper. So really pretty there. You want to see all the papers for this one? So here are the colors. Cloud Cover, Misty Moonlight, Secret Sea, Pecan Pie, Crumb Cake, and Basic Beige. Ta-da! And then we have our DSPs to go along with these. So really pretty patterns and deep blues that you can use for a lot of the season, not just Christmassy. And then here are the backs. I kind of feel like this one was maybe backwards. There we go. It goes on this side. There's the second side. So lots of good possibilities for this paper. So also included in the paper share. All right, what are you guys thinking so far? Are you enjoying the possibilities for these? There's some traditional Christmas. There's some sort of new non-traditional Christmas. The next one I'm going to show you is not necessarily Christmassy at all. So we have some more ideas here for this suite. And actually it shows you right here how the dies and the folder work together. So lots of good choices. The next one is Lights of Aurora. And I, being kind of an outdoorsy person, am super loving this one. So I'm going to show you some samples. And this paper has the most beautiful saturated color. So here's a card. This is by Susan Elise Morton. And Susan did one of these magic folds here, Embrace the Magic, and has the extra folds here inside. We've done these on Maker Mornings with Meg too. But I love how she matched this paper here. So probably what this is a 3x4 piece, and then a little less than 2, maybe 1 3/4 strip here to match. So that's a really pretty way to kind of continue that visual on this card. I love that idea. Next one is one that I shared. This is a card that I made that was part of Maker Club, the Maker Club that I do with Lindsay Mann from Edmonton. And the dies for this are in this suite collection here. Let me show you this because I feel like it's kind of easy to overlook. But here are the dies that are included in this. So we have these gorgeous trees. We have the background silhouette. We have the water elements. We have mountains up here. Actually, the mountains here, you can see how they're layered. They go this direction. The clouds, this is a really outstanding scenery die set. Whether you are excited about the Aurora lights or not, but the Light and Wonder stamp set also includes some really great words for lots of things. And this arc, if you were wondering, we'll get there later in the catalog, but it fits the punch here that matches the sign design. So not a coincidence. I am certain Stampin' Up! Is really good at planning those things. And the embellishments in this suite, I think, are one of the prettiest ones, which is why I don't even have a whole package to show you, but they are these gorgeous iridescent, frosted iridescent dots. And so when you're doing the paper share, if you want, you can do an embellishment add-on, and you'll get a half a package of all of the embellishments included here with the suite. So it's a great chance to try out all the embellishments too. Okay, so back to the card. This was the card here with the Aurora background, and then I did a black silhouette. This was kind of a fun fold here, Maker Club notes, here with our card base. So Maker Club's a lot of fun. If you're interested in getting more information about Maker Club, it's actually like getting a little mini product share in the mail every single month, along with ideas on exactly what to do with the product share from both Lindsay and I. So there's a link in the video description about Maker Club, or you can go to my website at Loven Stamps and check that out. The other project using this designer series paper, and I know you're going to be like, that has nothing to do with this Aurora, is this one. So this is using this DSP, the B side, to make a butterfly card. So there's nothing that says that you have to use this card. There's my notes on it. There's nothing that says you have to use this DSP with only the Aurora side. There's also a really beautiful set of background papers. So let me show you those papers from the share. So again, like these cardstock colors are so yummy. I do love purples. And then we have the DSPs to match. So it's fun. This was actually a sneak peek that came as part of last month's Maker Club. So the Maker Club members got an early run at some of these papers. There you can see how pretty those backgrounds are. All right. Okay, so moving on, we're going to go on to the next suite here is Autumn Twah. Oh, here's a really pretty way. This is talking about Versatile Vista, and it's a really cool way to use those same dies with totally different colors. Like I said, you don't have to use the Aurora to make the most of those. So actually, I love these mountain colors together. Might have to make something like that. All right, so now we have Autumn Twah, which is a beautiful paper. There are only 4 papers in this set, and they are all really gorgeous. So there's only 4 cardstocks because you're only going to get 4 for this one. We have gorgeous fall colors and these awesome toile prints. So this one's the deer and the trees. We have our foxy print. We have our pheasants, and we have these splendid pumpkins. And these papers go with both of the stamps that are included in this suite. The back sides are very neutral with our color palette, which includes gray granite, early espresso, and pecan pie. And so here are the really pretty papers to go along with this one. All right, this one I have some samples of. You already see these. I have a card here by Marita Booker, and Marita used a big piece of the designer series paper and then the Amber Autumn stamp set here, and did just a little bit of coloring here on the pretty elements in the pumpkins. This card is by Mel Lampert. Oops, dropping stuff. And Mel had a really similar idea here, but did a little bit different coloring job. And so you can see kind of how these two different ideas come together and sort of the different effect. Mel used this really pretty trim here, which is part of the irregular weave trim, and Marita used the linen thread here, or actually this is from the basics, I think. It's the Baker's Twine basics wrapped around here for a really pretty bonus effect. And these guys match the streaked dots. Streaked dots are part of here. These are one of the embellishments included in the embellishment share. And then the earth-toned paper. So here I'll pull these here. So this is the earth toned, earth tone specialty paper. There you can see the reflection of my camera. So really a gorgeous paper there too. All right, and then the last project for this one is shared by Natalie Travis, and Natalie did a cool split. The card opens this way normally, but it kind of has like a faux barn door kind of effect because she used the top and a bottom as separate designer series paper, and a gorgeous, gorgeous gold embossed tree, which just really stands out there on the dark Cajun Craze cardstock. So really pretty elements. All right, all kinds of ways to use this amber toile. It is absolutely amazing. There's even a little guide here for a one sheet wonder that is a chance for you to take these pieces and then use all the scraps here to make the cards that are right next to it. So really, it's easy to overlook these pages in the book because we think like, oh, there's no new stamps on that page. What am I going to get out of it? Skip. But don't do that, because like right here, here's a whole set of 6 card layouts that you can use from this paper. I also love these kind of frame ideas, so all kinds of pretty things. All right, in the catalog then, there's going to be a little transition to keeping traditions. These are extra stamps and extra the packages of two-tone cardstock that match the designer series paper. Now, if you're looking at these, just note that this is not the designer series paper pack. This is the specialty designer series paper and sticker sheet, which includes this sticker. Now, these are not the workshops. They don't include the 12 by 12 layouts with specific design, but they do include supplies that you could use to make 12 by 12 layouts really easily. So, and then these scrapbooking from scratch series stamp sets tend to be a little larger, so they tend to be kind of just what you want for a larger scrapbook page, okay? Yay! Oh, Sue says she likes the piece on Earth Suite, and Lani's excited about the possibilities for the puppies, yes. Oh, hi, Tanya. All right, so next one, this is Peaceful Days. These do coordinate. Here's a stamp set that includes some doves and so forth. And this Peaceful Days here really pulls this particular sweet scrap kit out of the Christmassy theme and moves it into like more of a floral and so forth. So lots of possibilities there. All right, next we have our our fluffy squirrel bundle, which is also on its way to me. I was so excited to add this one. And so I'm going to show you, I have 3 cards with this one. This one is by Laura Bartow, and she used the Fluffy Squirrel Punch, and it is a builder punch because you have an acorn and the squirrel, and it coordinates with this 2-step stamp set here. So you don't have to color it. All you have to do is stamp an outline and then stamp on top. There are acorns, there are little stumps, there are all kinds of fun things in here. So highly loving this particular set. And she used the autumn twah paper there in the background. Let's go this way. The next one is by Margot Richardson, and Margot used this frame here in the background, which was part of, okay, let me see. I think it's part of autumn twah. Let's just go back and just double check. Oh, I went back too far. Right before here. Yes. So this is the Amber Autumn die here, and it makes a really pretty background for adding all kinds of squirrels. So really cute to have those 2 squirrels on there. And then the last one here is by Missy Shipman, and Missy put one little cute acorn in here. I love it. And she has a little gift here, a little present here that she's giving from one squirrel to the next, a little stamping in the background. And then Go Nuts, It's Your Birthday. Of course, it's a punny stamp set, so you know, if you watch Make Room with Meg, that I'm a huge fan of puns. I am a big sucker for them. So really fun there. Now, this is a really great frame here. These squares are, I'll just tell you, with my ruler, I shall measure them. 1 1/4 inches. And so this can be a really great way to use a designer series paper that you love all of it and you can't pick which one you want to use. So just go ahead and cut some squares and then make a little layer here to go on the inside. So I know, isn't it fun? Yes. Oh, Betty says such a great idea to use an elegant die cut with the squirrels. I agree. I think that they really stand out beautifully on there. So I'm a big fan. All right. So next page. includes the branching out bundle, and I actually have a sample of this one too. Now this is not necessarily a Christmas set. It can be, certainly, but it could be for anything. And this card here by Leanne Greff, I think, is a really great example of a way to use it just as a hello. This would be a great guy card, or someone who's not fond of, like, you know, girly colors or feminine colors or pastels or things like that. So really pretty with the dots here and a fun fold there. So I love this one. And Leanne used the branches and the little acorns and just went ahead and kept the whole coloration neutral instead of adding in greens or whatever. So really pretty idea there. All right, Words of the Season bundle. This, of course, is a set of dies and a stamp set. So if you're looking for more inside greetings for your cards, this is a great way to go. So incredibly grateful for all of my blessings, especially you. Have a spectacular Halloween. May the holiday season be filled with joy and happiness. So lots of good seasonal words for the fall and winter seasons, and a chance to stamp inside your cards if you're like, oh, I don't know what to put inside. Oh, Tanya says, I want those dies. Do you want these dies, Tanya? The ones with the branches and the frames? So the branching out dies include a really gorgeous set of labels here, which are good sized, and I should not have skipped over them because they're outstanding. But you can see how they've used them here on these card frames. All right, the next one is a bundle. So not technically a suite because it doesn't have a DSP in it, but this is the Snowy Delights bundle, and I love masks. So these are the first time we've had a snowflake mask for as long as I can remember. I don't know, maybe someone will remember that we had one once and I've just forgotten. But I adore these. Oh, wait, I have some, wait, fastened. Okay, well, wait, maybe they're coming the next page. I got distracted by pretty things. Where's the faceted dots? All right, well, we'll figure it out. Anyway, we have the Snowy Delights bundle here, and this one includes some really large dies. So I have a card here. This is by Carol Kowalstucki, and I think this one illustrates the size and the layering on these particular snowflakes really well. I love the way these come together. So you can use them layered like this. You can see all kinds of good possibilities for that. But you can also use these other ways. So here is a card that was made by Sandy Rule. And Sandy used just one of these dies here with a circles, and then has a little Let It Snow greeting in the background. Now this particular paper is from the online exclusive, so I'll tell you about that in a few minutes. But then she used these little jewels here, which are faceted snowflakes. We haven't come to them yet. I can't remember if they're maybe, I think these are in the online exclusive, so that's why we haven't come to them yet. Really pretty card. And then one more. I said I love masks, so this is a card that I made, and I used my blending brushes and did this cool ombre mask in the background, and then used the single giant stamp over the front of it. I used some die cuts here, so I'm sure you'll, no surprise, be seeing this card sometime in the future. And then just some stamping there on the inside, really simple. So these masks are really fun. I think you guys are gonna like those. All right, next page, we have another bundle with Gingerbread Man. And I have a project to share with you by the fabulous Cindy Bauman. Of course, everything, Cindy lives in Honolulu, and so everything has to be a hula girl. So here is our hula gingerbread girl. And on the inside, we have sugar and spice and everything nice. And I didn't want you to miss how cool this is. So we have, I went ahead and I grabbed the dies to pull out and show you. But for Cindy to get this effect, so she has the vanilla card background, and then she went ahead and she stamped in crumb cake ink on the crumb cake cardstock, and then cut that really close so that she could use the outer layer for the dies. So this die set here, here's how big they are. They are almost 11 inches. There must be 10.5 inches by something large, 6 or something like that. And we'll pull this out here. And I'll show you these particular dies. So here you can see that you can dress up your you can dress up your gingerbread man with all of the fun things. And yes, I know they're here on the catalog page, but these are so much more fun to look at. We have the like peppermint suckers, we have peppermints, we have a hat, we have a scarf, we have little bow pieces, gumdrops, and then of course like all the little embellishment things for the gingerbread man, like the little cuffs there and so forth. These little flowers, I just used these. These are from the Happy Hibiscus Dies, I think. So I just used these the other day on Maker Mornings with Meg. You'll have to go back and check for those. And then this is the 2025 to 2027 in color dots in Strawberry Slush. Super cute. And of course, then you can make faces for your gingerbread man, including, okay, Tanya says the Hula gingerbread's so cute. Betty said, do they eat gingerbread in Hawaii? I think they eat pretty much everything in Hawaii that we eat everywhere else. It just maybe, I don't know. There's actually a company, the Honolulu Cookie Company. I can't remember the name of it now, but there's a really amazing cookie company that's based in Honolulu, and like you can get the cookies only like at certain places, and they have super special tins, and they're kind of a big deal. So they're pretty big into cookies. So I won't speak for the gingerbread for sure, but all right. So definitely check out those fun choices. And oh, there's a stamp set too. Here's a stamp set. But it's the dies that I think are super impressive to go along with it. Just a fun set. All right, then we have the Gift of Joy, and I have a sample of this one. This card was made by Robin Satterthwaite, and she used the little Christmas package here, Merry, Merry, Christmas Merry, and then those sequins from that first suite. And then here we have wishing you a season wrapped in love and tied with joy. And then just used the stamping here for the elements there at the bottom corner. So really pretty. This little floral spray here. All right, I think that is wrapping us up. Oh, no, not quite everything. Okay, if you're a knitter or you love sweaters, this is gonna be really fun. This die set, I went ahead and got, there's two standalone things here. So one is gonna be this die set, and it is really outstanding. So here are all of these tags that can be die cut and layered. So it's called Patterned Tags Dies. You can see how these work. So you can do one die and then overlay it, or you can go ahead. So here's an overlay die. Here's an overlay die, or you could use one that's just kind of see-through. You can use them with other elements like the little bear here, or you can use them with the super fabulous, in fact, so fabulous that I've used the heck out of it already, Christmas word collage embossing folder. And it is right here because we're going to use it here in just a second. So I'll talk more about that in a moment. And I just want to point out that that's where it's located in the book, but it is going to be part of the feature that I'm doing for the month of September. So watch for that. All right, some more Christmas stamps. I have don't have samples of those. I do have samples of this one though. This is the Happy Place stamp, which is Sharon Armstrong's $1 Million stamp set. Here is a card by Ann Clemmer, and I love the way Ann did this. Just really simple stamping and then layered cardstock here. And you have happy and then choices, birthday, retirement, happy for you, all the things. And then here is a card by Terry Biggs. And this one, I'm not sure if Terry did markers for this or baby wipe technique, but there are a number of different techniques that you can use to add color to the back. In fact, we did one today using the Gathering Together suite, which is an online exclusive. We have these gorgeous blooms here, and then we kind of get to the back of the book. So that is going to be everything. Don't forget paper pumpkin. Tanya says hidden Mickeys on your top. Yes, it is true. This is a huge hidden Mickey fabric. I kind of like the hidden nerdy fabric idea. So, which you might know if you've if you know me at all. So, all right, you guys ready to see a card? The card that we're going to do together is a pretty fun and simple one. It is the card kit that was included in the catalog kit if you got catalogs from me. So it uses a half a sheet of garden green cardstock. And on Tuesday, I'm going to show you another project with this same set of supplies that is a lot more involved. It has embossing and all the things. But this one is sort of like the simple version. Now, this is a 3x4 card. So the greatest thing about this particular card layout is, I know you're going to look at it and be like, Meg, I can figure that on my own. I don't need you to tell me about this card. But I'm afraid that I do need to tell you about it, okay? And here's why. This is the Christmas card for the season. If you want to just get a whole bunch of pieces stamped, a whole bunch of pieces cut, and then mix and match and make a ton of Christmas cards, like 100, that are every single one is different, even though the basic layout is exactly the same, okay? So let me clue you into this. All right, so we have here the Jolly Delivery, or North Pole Delivery Designer Series paper, okay? And what you would do is you would cut up your paper into 3x4 sections. And so if you can picture it, when you cut a 12x12 piece of paper into all of these pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, look, I have one more, 8, and there's 12, okay? So 4, 8, 12 pieces. This is one whole sheet of DSP, which can be cut into 3x4 chunks. And that 3x4 chunk is going to go on the front of each card. You can flip some to the back. You can kind of do whatever you like. But the basic cutting is really simple. Now, there are several sheets of fun animals in this paper. We have this particular fun sheet with all of the cats and dogs on it. And then we have this particular sheet. You can see that mine are all chopped up with the bears and the foxes and the rabbits and so forth on it, okay? Now, all of these critters, even though some of them can be cut with the dies, the bears, the badgers, and so forth, all of the critters are great for this particular card. You don't have to limit yourself to just the ones that are die cut. So let me show you how this works. We're going to take this 3x4 DSP and pop it onto a 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 piece of cardstock. And then this here is going to get mounted onto a half sheet card. Okay, so this is going to be kind of our base. And then we're going to take some extra elements here. Now, for this card, or for this set of cards for this month, I'm featuring a different shape die. I know you thought I was going to say stylish shapes or that spotlight on nature, but I'm not. I'm going to say Perennial Postage Dies. So basically what I do is I lay a whole bunch of these out. You can use washi tape to tape them all together and then just die cut a whole sheet of rectangles all at once. And you're going to end up with all of the different shapes here to go along, okay? The next thing you're going to do is you are going to use your brayer. And I'm not going to do this tonight. I'm going to show you on Tuesday for Maker Mornings with Meg. I'm going to show you all the details. Oh, Tanya says she saw the Mickey when I reached for something. Yes. So I'm going to show you how to do this. If you don't know already, this is a hybrid embossing folder. And what you want to do is go ahead and open it up, and you're going to use your brayer to add ink to the side with the Stampin' Up logo on it. Then you're going to take your brayer or your elements here, and where's my die? There we go. This is a hybrid embossing folder, so it comes with the die. You don't have to worry about ordering them separately. This is the inky side. I'm going to take my die and pop it in so that it matches. There we go. It will snap into place there. And then I'm going to put my 6x6 paper on top. I'm going to close this up, and I'm going to rub it through the die cut, okay? And then we are going to, oh yes, Sue likes the tape to make one large die. Yes, I'm a big fan, especially when you're making a ton of stuff, right? So we're going to die cut this, and then what you get out the end is all of these fun greetings. Happy Christmas, holly jolly, fa la la, ho ho ho. This one has a whole, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 greetings for your holiday cards out of one die cut, okay? So you can see how fabulous this is in putting things together as a mix and match speedy project. So we're going to take our little corgi here and cut him out. Now, like I said, you have to fussy cut some of these. It's okay. You'll get really good at it. You can sit and watch TV. I don't know. What are you guys watching right now? Lots of good possibilities. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to maybe sit and watch TV and cut out a whole bunch of our little guys. Remember to keep your scissors in one place and notice that they don't ever move. All they do is close on our paper, and my free hand here, this one, moves everything around and just rotates the paper so that I get one nice continuous line for our cutting. Okay. All right. So there we have that. So I'm going to take our little die cut shape here. We're going to go ahead, we're going to pop this onto our card, and we're going to add our little ho 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 greeting, and then we're going to pop our canine friend right above it. So you can mix and match and arrange your pieces any way you want. If you have a really big dog, you can put them in a different area. You might have to turn the card sideways, but here we have just a really simple greeting. So you can see where this would be really fun. Oh, Betty says you can watch me doing cards while you're fussy cutting. Oh my gosh, how could I not even think of that, Betty? Okay, Betty wins the gold star for her puppy outies and her remember to watch Maker Mornings with Meg videos. Okay, I like it. I appreciate it. Thanks, Betty. All right, so let me show you a couple more versions of this particular card. We have one here with the 'Tis the Season and the little hedgehog, and then here with the owl. If you have any Harry Potter fans in your Christmas list, this owl is darling, and the owl post from Harry Potter is like super popular. So that would be a huge fan favorite. Okay. All right. So watch for more cards with more involved in upcoming days, like Tuesday, for more episodes of Maker Mornings with Meg, since Jolly Delivery and the sweets are going to be my focus for the month of September. So including the hybrid embossing folder. So I'll give you more details and all of the things that you need to know to put that to work for you. All right, ready to switch gears? We are going to pop over to the online exclusives product list now. So these papers are also included in the Loven Stamps Designer Series paper share. So don't feel like you're missing out on these. I'm going to include these because they came out in the same month. And if you're looking for, you can use the QR code if you can, if you're a tech person who can get that to work through a video, or you can use this little bit.ly link. So you go to your web browser and type bit.ly and then holiday25 share, and that will give you the information you need to sign up for the Loven Stamps paper share. So coming up pretty soon. Then the next thing that you want to know is the online exclusives. If you have trouble finding these, the easiest thing to do is go to your web browser again, and you're going to type bit.ly and then bit.ly. It's just a way to shorten a link so that I don't have to like give you a whole long thing. It's going to be SU online only, all lowercase. The capitals matter on this, whether you're uppercase or lowercase. So SU online only. And that's going to show you all of the online exclusives, okay, in the online store. Now, if you prefer to actually get this particular PDF, Tanya said she's watching me right now. You're not cutting out dogs too, Tanya? If you want, so that's SU online only. If you want the PDF though, I've made a bit.ly for it. It's bit.ly/ and then sept, SEPT 25OE. Again, all lowercase, because the capitals matter for these particular kinds of links, okay? All right, so you guys ready to see some online exclusives? First things included here are the suites. And so our first suite, is the Gather Together suite that I showed this morning during Maker Mornings with Meg. So if you missed that, you can go back and you can watch that video. But these are the papers for Gathering Together. They are gorgeous fall colors, super traditional, super beautiful, and super gold foiled. They're just outstanding. So I have I love these. And oh, the card that Missy Shipman made features these. So this was her Go Nuts squirrel card, but she used Gathering Together as the DSP around the edges for this one, which I just think is so perfect and so clever. All right, I have a whole basket of these cards. I've totally lost track, but we're getting maybe, I don't know, maybe 2/3 through our cards here, but I have a whole bunch of these too. So Gathering Together. And the cards for this one are, I have lots of samples. This is a super popular one in my demonstrator swap. So here is the card that I showed today. And we talked about how to do these fun ombre inking pieces. This is another card by Missy Shipman. So very similar, but with the elements here. I think I showed Missy's card this morning too. This card is by Julie Salva. Again, Gathering Together, but with the DSP. These are 3x4 pieces. She just layered these together to make that. Here is another card. This one's actually one of mine and uses the large dies of the leaves that are included in this set. This one is by Linda Bowen, and I love this idea, okay? So Linda probably, I'm gonna guess that Linda cut a 5 1/4 by 4 inch piece of this foiled paper, okay, these are the metallic foils, and then ran it through the embossing folder. This is the Gathering Together embossing folder, and then cut it into diagonal strips and put everyone on a different card. So isn't that just perfect? I love that little accent, and it's a great way to incorporate a little bit of gold without a lot of investment. This one is by Ann Clemmer, again with this really pretty leaf in the background and the designer series paper. This card is by Mary McNeely, and Mary used the DSP here also, a way to use like a small amount of paper but with a really big impact, and then one each of our leaves here. The next card is by Susan Elise Morton, and Susan Elise used sort of the mix and match of designer series paper too, and kind of layered those pieces together. This one is by Laura Bartow, again with a small piece of the foil and a really fun card. This is a really easy card layout. It's basically a regular card here, except you take the front and you fold it in half, and then you have this extra Z-fold here. So I do Z-fold cards all the time. If you are looking for more Z-fold card ideas, you can go to the Loven Stamps blog. On the blog, if you go to one of the posts, you can look for the tags, and the Z-fold cards are in there. Or you can search Loven Stamps for the Z-fold. So a really good choice too. And this last one I saved because it's by Leanne Gruff, and I love the alternate color choices. So Leanne didn't use the designer series paper. She's focused here on the Timid Tiger ribbon and this really pretty frame here, and then has added sort of a different color set. So just a whole different feel a little bit to this than the cards that are matching the designer series paper. So don't feel like you're limited to the colors in the paper when you are doing the when you're doing this particular suite. I was going to put those in there. That's not where they go. All right. So that is the Gathering Together suite. And there's also the Cajun Craze and Gold Dots here. They are included in the share too, so you get a half a package of those. And I think I don't have those to show you because I've been using the heck out of them. So I used them this morning, so you got to see them. All right, next we have the Modern Christmas Suite. And this one, I promised you this morning that I was going to show it to you and that you are going to be absolutely wowed. So this is the stamp set, which looks like, yay, it's a Christmas set with some trees in it. And then we have the ornaments. And now I'm thinking, oh, okay, well, those are really, really pretty cool. Okay, let's keep going here. What else is in this that's really awesome? Well, there's these gold hoops that I don't have samples of, but you better believe you're going to see them because I adore them. The real like fan favorite of this is the designer series paper. So I have two cards to show you. This one is by Anna Masternak, and I love this black and white Christmas. So Modern Christmas, black and white. If you have to have gold and or have to have green And red, this probably isn't for you, but I think this is super striking. And then I love that focal point there that she did in the center. So this is Anna's version. And then I have a card here by Julie Davison. This is a 3x4 card also. So 3x4 section here, and then a strip in the background, and then using the dies and the trees together with the gold embossing powder for 'Tis the Season, and then a Merry Christmas on the inside. So this is a really great all-around stamp set. And I wanted to show you the designer series paper for it because I think it sort of steals the show. So it's just black and white. So the paper share is going to be black and white cardstock. But then we have these designer series papers here with all of these gorgeous gold foil on them. So lots of possibilities for these. And then I'm going to flip these to the back side, and I want you to remember that the beautiful thing about black and white paper is that you can make this any color you want. So blending brushes are my bestest friend. You could make this ombre, you could make it one color, you could make it anything you want. You could color these trees bright green here if you had to have Christmas in green. Black and white cards with a single color spotlight are super, super popular. So you could take this paper here and you could color these trees here, you know, granny apple green or whatever, and have just a black and white and green Christmas. Anyway, whatever you choose to do with it, the possibilities are endless and super striking. So I highly recommend not overlooking this one. We also have black and white gold baker's twine that go with this suite. And they are a really fun chance. You can take that white and gold cord and you can use your ink to color it to be any color you want. So, all right, the last suite here, I do have some great samples for, and this one is by Joyce Farraco. So this is a really fun fold here. So Joyce used a piece here of the designer series paper and went ahead and scored it and did a corner score, and then the card comes down like this, and so you have a really pretty kind of fun fold with your DSP there. So super clever. And then stamped and die cut embossing, or stamped and die cut snowflake. I want to call it a flower. And then this is a beautiful card by Sandy Jacobson, and this is from the designer series paper. This is where those special snowflakes come in. So the faceted snowflakes here, and they feature the colors in the paper. And then we have Most Magical Time of Year here stamped on the inside. So this is another really pretty snowflake set that really includes a lot of cool choices. And then these delicate, it's actually called delicate pines. So the snowflakes are made of pines. So they're not like traditional snowflakes necessarily. They're like kind of pine branchy. And you can see that best here in the designer series paper. So again, this one is included in the share. Check out these amazing super saturated colors in greens and blues with a little cherry cobbler punch. And then here are the pine papers here, the pine snowflakes. This, I think, one is like pretty obvious, kind of the idea that they're going for here with all these choices. So lots of good possibilities, including ones that match the die set. And then on the back side, we have, ta-da, some gorgeous piney, snowflakey images too. So these here look like salt crystal, that salt effect that you can do with ink and so forth. So lots of pretty possibilities there. All right, but I'm not done. You see, I still have a basket of cards to show you. So let me wrap these up. Let's see, I'm gonna pop these in the back here. And so now we're going to go on and let's see, we did both of those already. We're going to look at the beautiful pumpkins bundle. So this is a stamp and die bundle, and you can see how beautifully these stamp. Isn't that fun? So this is by Janice Waitman. She used the Gathering Together folder in the background, and then I love these layered pumpkins. Those colors are just so rich and beautiful. They are very much of a photoreal effect, so really pretty way to put these to work. And then that trim there too. So pretty. There's another stamped pumpkin there. So that is the beautiful pumpkins bundle. Next we have the homemade treats bundle, and this card is by Rachel Chamberlain. Super duper cute, and it says, "'Tis the season for baking." Rachel actually has like a sourdough bread feature. She makes sourdough every week. And so on her Stampin' Up Facebook page, she has like the sourdough photo of the week, and I always like to see what she's making. So this baking is perfect for her. And then it's beginning to taste like Christmas. So really pretty here. And then this designer series paper, this is the B-side from the Traditions of Christmas paper. So make sure you don't forget about that. The next one is Snowflake Kisses. I don't have a sample of that, but it includes one of those ornamental folders, or not folder, ornamental dies here, kind of like that Christmas, or the one that we had the squirrels on. All right, we have the Pet Love bundle, which is, of course, not seasonal specific at all, but includes all these cute bandanas and balls, and there's a little like fish bone thing and all kinds of things, paw prints. So really cute there. And the paw prints for this, actually, they make holes. So basically, in the front of my card, probably, I would go ahead and I would punch those dog paws so that then when you open it, like you see those through. So really pretty. Oh yeah, Betty likes that paper. Okay, this is the Festive Friends bundle. So this is by Cindy. She's the person who made the gingerbread hula girl. And so this is the Sending Love and Joy. And this is the dies here that Tanya was talking about, really, really wanting. And I kind of overlooked them, Tanya, I will say, but between you and Cindy here, I am quite excited about them. And then this really fun banner here, which is from the Traditions of Christmas suite, I think, which now I'm like, oh, I need to look back at that Traditions of Christmas. And then Cindy used my favorite folder here in the background, the hybrid embossing folder, Christmas word collage. So super cute with these little elves. I really like that guy. He's pretty darling. So, or she, the elf is darling. All right. Then we have the Pine Tree Trimmings bundle. And Pine Tree Trimmings is special because it coordinates with the shaker domes. So can you see these stars in here? These are the gold shaker stars, and they are fabulous. So you can use them with these cool windows here. Let me turn this sideways so you can kind of see. For a dimensional effect. These would be really fun for tags, for Christmas cards you're handing to someone. I would not mail this unless you're mailing it in a package. They're really dimensional here, and I would worry that they would get crushed. But they are really cool, and they match the trees and the dies here from the Pine Tree Trimmings bundle. So this cool card is by Tammy Ward, and I'm really loving that one, Tammy. She was like, can I swap with a sample of the shaker card? And I'm like, yeah, I would love to have that one. So, all right, so that's that page. And then we come to the Sign Design bundle. And Sign Design is this one here. I have a project to share with it. It is got a variety of different things in it, including, of course, this coordinating punch. And then not necessarily coordinating just to Christmas either. So this is by Natalie Travis. And if you don't recognize this designer series paper, it is the same as used in, oh gosh, I use this one all the time. And it is one of the florals. There's an non-exclusive and one from the catalog. But this is the B side of it. And I love this strawberry slush paper, which I have used a ton of. In fact, here is the paper that I used last month for one of our Extraordinary Flora cards. Oh, Extraordinary Flora, the washi tape is back. So it was dated for the week of September 8th, but it's early. So if this is something that you want, I would snag it right away because who knows how fast it will disappear again. But that washi tape is just amazing. So anyway, a really fun card here by Natalie. And this is a gift card holder. So you can go ahead and pop a gift card there in the bottom pocket, and really pretty. So, all right. Oh, here's another card. This is actually the trimming, pine tree trimmings here from our house to yours too. This one is by Tammy Ackerson. So really fun way to use this. And those frames, gosh, like I'm like the person who's missed those. Oh, you know what? I was so excited about the black and white that I forgot to show you another modern Christmas card, and that is this one, which is by Jennifer Cotton. And it is beautiful too. It is, maybe doesn't come across super great in the video, but do you see this ornament here? So there's a die cut ornament with a star on it. She used this folder in the background that I love, and then You don't have to ink your folder, but you can use the gold with the word collage hybrid embossing folder and get some really gorgeous greetings out of it. And then there's that stamped on the inside, Be Jolly, just really simple. I love this down at the bottom, and then that gives you lots of space to concentrate your message. So a really pretty card by Jennifer Cotton. All right, I think that brings us to the end of our samples, but let me just look through here with you to point out anything. This one talks about the stamps and the dies separately, not in bundles. And then this page has the velvet specialty paper on it. And I wanted to show you this because it is so nice. Just kind of like, I wish we had smell-o-vision sometimes, but this would be like feel-o-vision because this stuff is so nice. I just want to keep like, I don't know, I just want to keep petting it. So this white was really great. People use it on the doves quite a bit. There are all kinds of possibilities for this, but this is included in the Designer Series paper share also. There are glimmer sheets that I don't have yet, so I can't show you them. But then there's also this Let It Snow paper, which is an embossed paper, which kind of snuck its way in somewhere. It's not listed here, but it is new, so I missed it. But I'm going to include it in the share anyway. It's all one pattern, so you're going to get a bonus sheet of this paper along with your Loven Stamps paper share, so you'll get to check that out also. All right, tree shaker domes, the gold shaker stars. If you get the embellishment add-on, so half a package of, I think there's 8 different, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think there's 8 different ones. If you get the add-on, oh, I was wrong about Cindy's gingerbread man. She used the delightful decorative dots. She used these little guys here to make the grin on her gingerbread man. So sorry, I didn't mean to lead you astray about that. Let me see if I can find that. Here we go. Yep, there. See? And also the little sort of peachy ones too. Oh no, I think she did actually use the other dots. I think these are the ones from the 25 to 27, but you could use these too. Anyway, okay, sidetracked. If you get the embellishment share, you get a half a package of each of these, and then as a bonus, you get a whole package of the gold shaker stars to go along with them. And it's one of the like thick tubs of cool embellishment. I have one here. Here we go. You can see there's a ton of shaker stars in there. So you'll be shaker starring everything. Okay, we have the Etched Autumn Cling stamp. We have winter scenes, and then we have some scrapbooking kits and some of the Designer Series paper and sticker sheets to go along. So lots of good possibilities, and that is it. So if you're looking for this PDF, like you want to just print this out and have it in your catalog, you can get that from this link here. So bit.ly/sept25OE, okay? And then you'll be able to download this. All right, Betty asked a question, have you used the velvet paper and embossing folder? Betty, I have not yet used the velvet paper and embossing folder. I do not know what would happen to it. It is pretty thick. It feels almost like, I don't know, it feels like a flat marshmallow to me. So I'm not sure how it would emboss. I'm gonna say, maybe we'll have to try that and see. I don't hold high hopes for it, but you never know. I could be wrong. Good question. Let's see. What else did I want to show you? I think that covers us for all of the stuff here. Like I said, I have a video on Tuesday for you as part of Maker Mornings with Meg. And I just want to remind you that there's a little bit of time left to sign up for the Designer Series paper share. If you missed it, it's bit.ly, so focus here, bit.ly/holiday25share, and you can sign up for that. So want to make sure that you get signed up for that so you don't miss out. All right. Well, we are just a little bit over. I usually try and keep things to 60 minutes. So we're just a little bit beyond. But I think it was worth it to see all of those cards. If you counted and I had 49 cards or 51 cards. I don't know. I don't remember exactly how many, but it was very, very close to the number 50, which is a lot of inspiration and ideas. So as always, you can get more inspiration and ideas from visiting the Loven Stamps website. I just love to share projects with you all season long, and so you can keep an eye on those. I also have some tutorials available. So the Loven Stamps monthly tutorials are your free treat from me if you place any size order during the month of September. Those will feature special delivery suite, North Pole delivery suite, and the Jolly delivery stamp bundle that we used today for the card that we made together. And then I also have the Creative Stamping Collective, which is going to be a video class from 12 demonstrators, so myself and 11 demonstrator friends. And that is a set of videos that feature the Gathering Together suite. So lots and lots of ideas for those. Yay! All right. Well, you are welcome, everyone. Thank you for all the thank yous. Thanks, Kathy and Christina and Sue and Janice and Linda and everybody. It's always fun to see you, especially in the evening instead of the morning. So as we would say on Thursday morning for Maker Mornings with Meg, happy pre-Friday to you. I hope it has been a wonderful pre-Friday, that you enjoy your actual Friday and weekend, and that you have some time to get some crafting in, make some fun things to share with people who are important to you. So yay, you're welcome, Betty. You're welcome, Cindy. Everybody have a great night. If you have any questions, as always, let me know. And there are lots of links in the video description, which I know are hard to find when the video is live, but you can always go back after, since we're almost done, and find all of those links to the things that we've talked about. So thanks, guys, for joining me tonight. And I will be back on Tuesday with another Maker Mornings with Meg episode. So happy stamping, everyone.